Hey guys, it's Marshall Tingley, your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside report for this past week, the week of June 22nd through the 28th. So, we have had a hot week, a blasted hot week, and it's been good for about making hay, and that's about it. It has been just miserable hot. Now, that's had a huge impact on your runs. 10,023 head of cattle marketed statewide for the week. If you compare that to this time last week, you're about 5,000 head lower, but if you compare it to a year ago, you're 8,000 head lower. So you can see it is hot. Now, let's talk about this market. Well, your heat's had a huge impact on your cash market, especially on your little lightweight steers. A little bit of board volatility there in the middle of the week and all the current events going on in the world around us. That's had an impact on your cash market. That being said, we're going to call your feeder steers and heifers anywhere from $2 higher to $2 lower. Your yearlings saw just a little bit of more of an impact there with the board. We're going to call those anywhere from $5 lower to $6 higher, depending on the time of the week. Your first half of the week started out really good. By the time Wednesday, Thursday, Friday rolled around, that's when you started to see some softness in the market. As far as your big cattle are concerned, the heat has had the biggest impact on your lightweight cattle. But before we get too carried away, let's talk about what these little things are worth. So your four-weight steers, we'll call those about 405 to 410 as an average. They topped off at 440. Your five-weight steer cattle, about 370 as an average. They topped off at $4. Your six-weight steer cattle, call them 335 as an average. They topped off at 360. But let's talk about these loads, guys. Here's the first half of the week, and they traded quite nicely. Here's 66 head of black steers, weighed 812 at 325. And then go to your mids. Here's 68 head of black steers, weighed 871 at 310. That's the first half of the week, Monday, Tuesday sales. Now, these sales on the rest of this are going to be for the balance of the week, right after the board got a little funky and after we started hearing some world events going on. Here's 65 head of black steers. Had a few Charolais on them, a few colors. 804 on the average at $3.50. 62 head of black steers, 863 at $297.90, and then 65 head of blacks had just a little bit of Charolais crosses on them, 872 on the average at $291.25. So as you can see, the back half of the week did get just a little bit softer. Now let's talk about your CME feeder cattle index. It was pretty much steady all the way up until Friday. You saw a little bit of a jump there on Wednesday and Thursday, not enough to get excited about, but Friday we did see a big jump. But so here we go. Monday the 23rd, your CME feeder cattle index was 310.33. Tuesday the 24th, 310.60. Wednesday the 25th, 311.39. Thursday the 26th, 311.97. And we closed off the week very strong on Friday the 27th at 314.07. So that's what's going on in your CME feeder cattle index. That's what's going on in your cash market here in the state of Kentucky. If you have any questions about any of this information or you're interested in the LRP policy, feel free to reach out to the guys. Call Ian Thomas at 859-613-2453. Call Adam Shoemaker at 859-338-4116. And don't forget about Cole Clark. He's at 859-865-2980. Check them out on the web, www.superioragins.com, and stay posted. We've got another video coming up. There's been some changes in your LRP language, and you've got some more options that you can do with that LRP. Cole's working on a video right now to tell you more about it, so stay tuned.